everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing a healthy glowy skin summer look. This is a really great look if you want to do something really simple and easy for the summer, or you want to keep your skin looking really natural. So if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So I've already primed my skin, and the first thing I'm going to do is go in with my Nars Copacabana highlighter. This is a liquid illuminator, and I just like to put this all over my skin just so it gives like an overall glow. I think the most important thing when you're doing a natural look is to make your real skin look really fresh and beautiful as it is. So I'm just going to put a bit on my finger. So I've just dotted that around my face, and now I'm going to use a brush to blend it out. For foundation, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever HD stick in the shade Y245. Now I'm going to use this really lightly. I'm going to take my buffing brush by Zoeva, and I'm just going to do a really light natural layer to begin with. I'm also going to spray my brush just before we go in so that it kind of spreads the product out a lot more evenly. And right now I'm basically just patting it into my skin with the brush because I don't want to go in and start buffing away and creating like a really thick layer. I'm just kind of dabbing it on to lightly build it up. Okay, so my base is done. I've done like a really fine layer. It doesn't look too different to my natural skin, but what it's done is blurred out any of my pores or like imperfections, so it's essentially just blurred my natural skin. I'm now going to go in and add my Hourglass stick foundation. This is in the shade Sand, and I'm just going to lightly dot this again with my buffing brush on the corners of my cheekbones and also on my temples to kind of create like a cream contour effect. But again, it's going to look really natural. So that foundation basically just warmed up the edges of my face. Now I'm going to go and use my Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer. This one is in the shade Light. I'm going to use this quite minimally too because I feel like if I draw huge triangles on my face, it actually adds a lot of coverage to the foundation. So I'm just going to go in and highlight in all the normal places but not apply it too liberally. So I'm just going to go in and blend that out. This concealer is also not too bright in comparison to my skin tone, so it's not going to be unnatural looking. I'm now going to set all the places I put that concealer with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. This one is in the shade Classic Ivory, and I'm going to use my powder puff to do that. Now I'm going to dust this Hourglass Ambient Lights powder just in the centre of my face so it is definitely set, and then I'm kind of going to drag it outwards, but I'm not going to set my whole face with it properly, so I'm going to leave the edges of my face not set so that they look more dewy and natural. Now I'm going to go in and bronze up my skin with my MAC Give Me Some bronzer. I'm not going to be contouring today just because I think it's a bit heavy, and you can pretty much use this to do the same thing. I'm now going to very lightly dust this NYX eyeshadow just on the apples of my cheeks, but very, very lightly. And I'm gonna go and set that all with my NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. I'm gonna take that same highlighter in this palette and I'm really lightly gonna dust it on the tops of my cheekbones because I already have the illuminator I used before showing through, so it's not really necessary for me to highlight, but you always need a little bit extra. Now I'm taking my Benefit Kabrow in the shade 3. I'm literally using the tiniest bit of this to just do the tail of my eyebrows. So I've already done this side. As you can see, it's not a huge difference. And I'm just going to show you how I do this. So I'm just doing really, really fine strokes and keeping the natural shape that I have already. So I really haven't filled them in too much. I've left the front of my eyebrows completely bare. But to just naturally define them a little bit more, I'm going to take some concealer on a flat concealer brush and I'm just going to line underneath my brows. So just by doing that, my eyebrows are still really natural because you can still see all my eyebrow hairs. They still look like my natural shape, but they look a lot more defined. So I'm just going to take some banana powder and a dry sponge and I'm just going to set that concealer so it doesn't crease up. I'm now going to prime my eyelids with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in Eden. So I am going to leave my eyelids bare. I'm not going to put any eyeshadow on, but I am going to make my eyes look as awake and fresh as possible. So as always, I'm going to line my waterline with my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk. This is literally my staple. I can't live without doing this when I want to look really fresh. So I'm now going to line my upper waterline and also tightline my lash line with this crayon. This one is by Tracy and it's a really nice bronzy colour. And now I'm going to put on some mascara. This is the Maybelline Falsies. Now I'm going to take the same highlighter I used before and I'm just going to highlight my inner corners with it. And I'm also going to pop some on my brow bone. Now for my lips, I'm taking my Savvy lip liner in the shade Natural. I'm going to line my lips, just the outline of them really naturally, and then I will go in with some gloss. Now I think if you can avoid lining your lips, then do, because it definitely looks a lot more natural not to have outlined lips. But for me, my lips have no definition around the outside, so it's something that is a real necessity for me because it makes my lips look so much smaller than they actually are. And I'm going to use this MAC lip gloss. This is called Mineralized Glass in Ray of Sunshine. It's a really nice, it's very clear but it's kind of got a beige undertone to it, so I'm going to just put that in the center of my lips. And there we have it. This is pretty much the finished look. Nothing too crazy, very simple. It's what you want in the summertime so that you don't have layers and layers of makeup on, and if you are going to go out and do activities, then you have something nice and fresh so your skin looks really radiant. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.